My name is Clara Mwanje. I'm an interior designer. I'm the founder and creative director of Interior Perspective. So we are a turnkey interior project company. We do interior design. After that, we build and then we decorate. So we give our clients a ready-to-use space. All they do is just bring the equipment and plug and play. So I studied IT as my undergraduate. At the point when I was in second year, I knew I wanted to do interior design, but I had to finish. After that, I went back to school to study interior design. Then I worked for two interior companies. One was a design and build company. The second one was purely design. That's when I realized that I have a passion for site and just seeing the actual transformation of spaces from a shell to now a complete usable space. So the difference between an interior designer and decorator is pretty simple. So interior decoration is a subtopic under interior design. But interior design is, the whole range of how a space should look like. The space layout, circulation, ergonomics. Then there's interior decor, which is now adding the small touches into a space. So paint, artwork, cushions, curtains. My journey as I started, because I didn't have a client base, I took any interior job that came. Over time, I've grown to realize where my real passion is, and that is in fit outs, which is now the actual construction. Now I'm settled in doing commercial spaces, a bit of residential, and moving soon into, just adding hospitality into one of the things that we do. Hotels, restaurants, bars, and such kind of spaces. So we've grown to create a team, a strong team of different consultants. We have an electrical engineer on board, we have a quantity surveyor on board, someone who does AC. We'll go around to the different furniture suppliers we've worked with, or new furniture suppliers, or new artists, depending on the kind of project we're doing. We are giving the client the whole scope, and that's how we are placing ourselves in the industry, so that 5 years down the line, when someone thinks of interior and does not want a headache, they would look for us. A happy client for me is one who would be very satisfied to the point where they're even bragging about their space to their colleagues or their friends. That would be a happy client for me. Interior branding is a tool we use as Interior Perspective Studio in designing our spaces. It's a tool used to create company's brand identity. We will definitely do a deep research of your company, what you stand for, what you'd like your clients and your staff, to associate the company with, your team members or your employees. If they like where they work, then they'll be more productive. It gives your clients confidence by just seeing your space to approach you because you know your stuff. All this amounts to higher profits. When you love your parent or your child or your significant other, time to time you give them a peck on the cheek. So our values are derived from an acronym, PECQ. So that's professionalism, efficiency, creativity, and quality. Those are our main pillars, and it's what we promise our clients. So that is what keeps us alive. That's what gives us business. I really want to give quality. That sense of transparency and trustworthiness is what also keeps us going. So looking at this space, my client is big on circular economy, just recycling between 40 and 50%. The mabati that's behind me has been reused. Shipping pallets are used. The reception chairs, I bought them from the junkyard. We'll clean them up and take it to someone who can reweave it for her to use in the space. I'd say research is what helps me keep up with the trends, marrying what the client wants, what is trending, what is there locally, because a client would come and tell you this is what they want, or they show you a photo and tell you give me this. So I, take time to show them different ways we are able to achieve what they're looking for. If you're a developer, say you're doing, affordable housing, and someone is selling a house at 3 million, 4 million, other than just design, build, and decorate, we consult. So we can work with developers in getting, proper finishes that will make your houses or your spaces sell faster. For architects who do interior design, we are your contractors. We are so keen to detail. We'll make sure that we execute your designs with the price that the QS has given. We'll be able to deliver. If you are looking to, design and fit out office space or any commercial space, you might be traveling out of the country and don't have time to be there for your project. We have a project management system where we can update you. We can make decisions, online, on Skype. We are that flexible. We'll still be able to give you what was decided on the design table. I see the company being at a place where we are market leaders. I really want to give quality within a price that even their client knows that this is really fair. I encourage you to try us because we are trustworthy, we are straightforward, and we mean business. It's all professional.
My name is Clara Mwanje. I'm an interior designer. The name of my company is Interior Perspective Limited, Interior Perspective Studio. So studio is where you'll be seeing, represented everywhere. We are a turnkey interior company. Our clients turn the key and the space is ready to use. So from the point of designing an interior space to construction, which is also called fit out, and then we decorate. So a client is just coming to a ready to use space, plugging and playing.
The process right from the point when we made contact with the client was to come, visit the space, measure it out, and hear out what the client brief is. That's basically what the client desires for the space.
That's a residential client, and the job is basically renovations. She wants more storage in her kitchen. She wants to retile her bathroom and repaint it. And so it's basically it's a small size project. Do interior design and build. We build. Our core business is in the commercial space. So that's offices, retail spaces like shops, salons, barber shops, and we will soon be exploring hospitality.
Went to shop for, I think it was handles for, wrought iron handles for the project at industrial area, which has an industrial modern feel. So after that, we went to a site. So there I was inspecting. I inspect as many times as possible within a week, but you'd say 2 to 3 times. So constantly looking at the snags, communicating to our site supervisor, communicating to the Fundies where maybe our site supervisor has just stepped out of site. So I did that, recorded all the snags that I'd communicated, and then passed them on to him so that he can do the rectification. We went to a junkyard, which was really cool. For this particular project where we are standing, my client is big on, just recycling and stuff like that. So that's something big, and I've tried as much as possible to maybe recycle materials when doing this fit out. One happy client has been Legibra, and it's an IT company. We did their design and fit out in 2017. I think so far it's been the biggest project because we did an interior and an extension of the office exterior. This space, she is a happy client. It's a co-working space for women. We have great interaction. We've had, I think the process has been flawless, and I believe she will be happy once we finish. Seeing Interior Perspective grow, and we are celebrating 3 years this month. We still have a long way to go, but with consistency and prayer and there's no pushing on even when things are tough, it will pay off. Growing from being a one-man show to having a team is really humbling. That people can actually trust me and work for me. It's really, really humbling. It also keeps me going, and it makes me have more energy and more psych to look for jobs. Being a woman entrepreneur, I don't always, exclude myself from the pack. Most of the people I work with are men. And it doesn't occur to me that maybe I should behave in a certain way to try and fit in. This is work. We've come here to work, so we just try and find a way of working as a team. I've had to make a lot of sacrifices just to concentrate on building the foundation of the business. Because, at the end of the month, I have bills to pay. I have people to pay. If you're doing things the right way, not chasing money, using shortcuts, paying your taxes, just doing things the right way. With time, it pays off. I believe there's hope for businesses in the context of Kenya, in the context of Africa, and we want to serve medium and large size because I believe there are many in this category who need to still get proper services in a decent price. Interior Perspective Studio has really grown. Now getting people who trust us with their office space, and we try as much as possible to deliver before time or just on time. I see the company being at a place where we are market leaders. 5 years down the line, when someone thinks of interior and does not want a headache, they would look for us.
Thank you for playing the video. So yes, that's our Wire at Work today. Clara with a very comprehensive video, just explaining what Wire, what her role is, the company, what the company does, and she's done such a good job just explaining everything. And I especially like her peck on the cheek philosophy. And yeah, if you have questions for her, please ask questions in the chat. And as you're asking, please introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and yeah, so we can have a conversation as we are going on. And please continue the conversation on social media. The hashtag for today is Wire at Work and Wire Mentorship. You can also tag Clara Mwanje, I think, yes, and Interior Perspective Studio. Just what you're learning so far, like already, I really like the PEC philosophy that she's just mentioned and a few things that she's highlighted about how she works. But yeah, please ask away. Don't be afraid to ask. The floor is open. So I'll just start with a few questions for you, Clara, just to expound on your video. It was very well done and everything, but there are just a few things that, we'd want to get to know you better. First of all, how are you? How are you, Clara? You're on mute. Just unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Wow, feels like I'm talking to so many people. I'm so shy. Yeah, my name is Clara. Some call me Clara Mwanje, some call me Clara Sayo. So whichever does it. I'm an interior designer, as you've heard, and basically Interior Perspective Studio does turnkey or offers turnkey solutions. So that means we do the end-to-end process from design up until decorating. Yes, so I'm open to hearing your questions today, and I hope I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability.
So thank you so much for hosting us. And just to understand your journey, what made you take the leap to start your own company? Actually, from taking the leap from IT, studying IT and deciding interior design is the way for you, and then also jumping from employment and starting your own company. And has it been, were you afraid? What was your biggest fear before you took the leap?
All right, so where do I start? Let me start from wanting to start a business, because I've always had that nudge to own a business. I think when I was in class 5, I used to take orders from my teachers. We used to sell oranges. So I'm dropped in school and I distribute the oranges in the staff room. After school, I would have a small table outside the gate and I would sell traditional mbogas, traditional vegetables. So I started business at a young age, probably never understood the concept of sell, save, invest. I think then it was just a thrill. When it comes to why I changed from IT to interior design, so my undergraduate was in IT. I did IT in JKUAT and worked for, I think, 1 year and went back to school. So by the time I was in second year of JKUAT, I realized what I love is called interior design. Then interior design wasn't something that you would do in Kenya and, make money from it. So I was really discouraged. And I remember that I told this story to my mom that I wanted to change courses. And she said, we're not telling your father, so please finish your education and you will be able to pay for yourself school fees to do whatever you want. So anyway, I finished. I finished well, then started working, and my goal was to go back to school and learn design. However, it took a long time to be able to convince my father to go back to school. But by the time I was midway through my second internship, I was done. I was done with programming. I was done with networking. I just wanted to do interior design. So, well, he had no choice. Thank God for support of my brothers, and I was able to go back to school. So I went to BIFA. Again, after doing my undergrad, I was like, I don't want to go to campus again. So I went to BIFA and I did a diploma. It was a very thorough diploma for 3 years. That's Buruburu Institute of Fine Arts in Buruburu. Then after that, worked for, I think, close to 3 years. 2 companies, one company that was just design and build, then the other company was design only. In fact, my former boss is a member of Foya. She's called Susan Kafue, who owns Image 360 Designs. So I think at that point I got a lot of, my foundation is actually a lot of what I do and how I handle the business comes from working at Image 360 and just learning from Susan, who's very, very detailed. And that's where I picked up that nudge. Starting a business is just something that I wanted to do for a very long time. So I believe when the right time came, I started Interior Perspective Studio.
Thank you for, we have more insight into what your journey looked like. And it just sounds like you are very determined in your passion, and so far we can see you're doing well. Like, we're very proud of the work that you're doing. So you've mentioned one of the things that gave you the nudge was working for a fellow wire, Susan Kafwe. And
Yes.
would you say, because that's a form of mentorship, right? Like, you can say she mentored you into where you are right now. Would you say that experience has been more valuable in terms of basically starting a business and your interior design career as opposed to education?
That's a good question. I hear many young guys who are coming out of campus wanting to start their business, just immediately after campus. I would say first get experience. Make mistakes, quote unquote, under someone before you make your own mistakes. And your own mistakes might cost you financially or might cost you time or whatever. So it's very important, yes, have the background of education, then have a bit of experience, then you can decide whether you actually want to start business, because business, to be honest, is not for everyone. There are people who make good team players within a company that is structured with goals and whatever. There are people who are good business or good entrepreneurs. So learn under someone else, then you'll be able to know what it is that you actually want to do in future, whether be in business or support the company in one way or another. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's great advice. That experience, it's best to learn from someone else instead of jumping there without any knowledge of how to go about some things. Another question I have for you is, we see, okay, personally, I follow you on Interior Perspective Studio and also your personal account, and I encourage everyone here, if you're impressed by the video that she did, there's so much more she has on her social media, Interior Perspective Studio. It looks like you're very motivated in your work, and I'm sure now I just have a question for you. How do you create motivation for yourself and for your employees as well?
Oh my God, I'm laughing because and maybe approaching this from running a business as a perspective here is that I'm not always motivated. I won't lie. But sometimes when you have a team behind you and they're looking at you, that in itself just pushes me, because you're like, you have people who depend on you for direction in terms of what needs to be done in the company. They depend on you for mentorship, for guidance, and even financially. Yeah. So that is what kind of keeps me going. If I think of the few families that I may have touched because of running the business, that keeps me going. I sometimes take myself away. Maybe we take an hour or two just to breathe. And for me, that as a creative, that gives me motivation. So go somewhere where there's a lot of nature, which is something I love, and keeps me re-energized. And definitely God being the center of it all, he keeps me sane. In terms of motivating employees, something that I realized that maybe comes naturally is I mentor where I see someone is willing to be mentored. So if I'm in the presence of a team member who I can see is hungry for information, I give. And I've been in the place where I've given up until, you know, one of our best team members left to start his own business. But that gives me joy, yeah, because it also improves the relationships between the team members. But yeah, where I see someone is eager to learn, I give.
I like that you give when someone asks, and that's, I think, a lesson to all our mentees here who are listening, to always find the voice to ask where you feel like you need guidance. Like Robin has just said, a mentor mentee who's hungry. So it's always good to ask. Put up your hand if you don't know where you're going. So that's a good lesson to take. Thank you for that. Another question I'd like to ask is, now that you're here where you are, I mean, you've achieved quite a lot at a young age. You're an interior designer, you've served on the board of Foya, you've won awards before. But now looking back at your journey, what would you say you'd do differently if you could go back in time?
Wow. I think maybe starting the business. One thing that I usually say I wish I knew is I wouldn't have incorporated the company quickly. For those who understand tax issues and, you know, the obligations that come with, you know, incorporating your company. So I think, to give advice for anyone who wants to start a business, start small. I mean, just have a business name, test run for 1-2 years before now you go into incorporating, because then there are many responsibilities that come with that. Now, I don't have any. Initially, I used to have regrets for why did I go and do IT? Why did I spend 4 years in school when I would have, like, looking at my age mates and where they are, I would have been far. But I feel like my undergraduate has really helped me to, one, because we use a lot of software, so I adapt quickly to the softwares that we use. And secondly, that whole thing that you're told you're given power to do more when you graduate,
Yeah.
I think it's so true, because anything that you do after your first course, you're more mentally prepared and engaged. I don't regret anything as at now. I thank God for where we are.
That's great to hear, that everything that has your journey, every step has contributed to where you are. And if something would have changed, maybe you'd be in a different path. But it's good to hear that every step that you've taken so far has gotten you to where you are right now. So I'd like to just get some questions from our attendees. And please, if you can, if you're able to just unmute yourself and speak. I can see comment from Sharon Yobera. Awesome, loved seeing behind the scenes. Clara is extremely detailed. She's also asked, what did you wish you knew when starting? Okay, I don't know if she can unmute herself. She can just, because this is a conversation, I'd like people to speak for themselves. Sharon?
Hi everyone. Hi Clara.
Hi.
Since now we've been told to unmute. Yeah. So what did you wish you
can
knew?
Also show your face if you could.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, so what did you wish you knew when starting out?
Starting out as a business, or starting out
as a business,
study-wise?
Yes.
As a business.
Yes.
I wish I knew accounts. I wish I knew accounts. Much as in IT, we did what was this called? We did a course in accounting. of which none of my balance sheets balanced, but even up to my exams. But I wish I was more interested in that, because I think sometimes as creatives, you love what you do so much, you're passionate about what you do so much, but you don't think about the business side of things. And so I can say there are so many mistakes I did in my first 2 years, which unfortunately, like, we are paying for them right now. So if I knew or understood a bit of accounting earlier, I would have changed a few things. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Knowing
I don't know if I've
accounts are
answered her.
Yes,
Sharon?
yes, you have. Yes, you have. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sharon. I can see a question from Brenda Gitonga. She introduced herself as a graduate architect. Are you in a position to ask your question, Brenda?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much for your presentation. It's really nice to see how hands-on you are. So I was wondering, when starting out, of course, the anxiety of bringing out what you've designed, and now that you're actually the one who implements most of your designs, how did you overcome the imposter syndrome that comes around when you're trying to meet the design that you really wowed your client with into an actionable, working, deliverable? Thanks.
I think in 2 ways, Brenda. The first one was I ask very many questions. So whenever I am in the presence of an electrical engineer, I would ask them questions of, about some electricity issue that we had on site. So I think that has helped me to overcome just different aspects of the business and different aspects of design, because in design, you actually can't work in a vacuum. You work a lot with people of other different services to just make the design come out as you wish. If it's in terms of clients, and I'm not quite sure if this would be answering your question, there was a lot of rejection in the beginning, whereby you do a design and in your head, let me tell you, by the in school, whatever is in school and whatever is out here are almost 2 worlds apart. I say this with pride and humility. I was top of my class in school. And so when I came out, I knew I will rock these people. They have never met an interior designer until you realize that things are different out here. Deadlines are real. People out here are exposed. So whatever we thought we knew in school, there's so much more to learn. So I think just allowing yourself to A, make mistakes, B, not everyone will like your work, understanding that, then you would be more welcoming to feedback. So I love feedback. I love hearing whether, okay, this worked, this didn't work. And right now I don't take it personally, because it helps me grow. And then I've also seen designers flourishing, and designers who I look up to. So I'm always eager to learn. Yeah.
Brenda, are you satisfied with the answer? We're always in a position to keep learning. Learning never stops. What we're getting. Thank you. I can see a question from Robin. I don't know if she wants to ask the question. Robin, via president.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Hey, Clara, I
Yes.
love it. Ground different. Exactly. I love it. Diddy, do this, diddy. And you get out there and it's like, what? So, Clara, who was your first client?
Oh my God. My first client was when I was in second year. During our long holidays, I did an office, which was basically one room. It was almost 3 meters by 3 meters. I don't know if I can get it, but maybe as we go on, I'd look for it. And I had 3,000 shillings as my profit. Yes, 3,000 Kenya shillings was my profit. I think I underquoted.
Yeah. Yeah. No, go ahead. I was going to say, did you think it was like, well, that's a good question. You said it was your profit. And so were you like, man, this is in your heart, was it like 3 million for you, or were you disappointed, or yeah?
3 what? Definitely I was disappointed, but the client was so happy. So for me, it was enough. And then I was happy that he trusted me to do their office. So that in itself just gave me confidence that I can do more. So I think it was just paying school fees for learning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, I love that. Awesome. Thank you, Clara.
Thank you, Robin, for your question. And it's great that you even actually remember your first client and exact amount that you made. I feel like that made an impact in your journey as an interior designer.
It did.
So thank you for your question and answer, Robin and Clara. I can see another question from Velma. Velma, if you're still here, can you ask your question?
There's also G7 Kanana who has a question.
Hello.
Hi,
Clara.
Hi.
Thank you for your presentation. It was very insightful. My question is, kindly let us know how you managed to start your business, finance it, and position yourself in the industry. Thank you.
Okay. I didn't have capital. Initially, I started, so the company was called Clara Designs for 2 years. Then I realized that name is not working. So even when, we changed to Interior Perspective Studio, both times I didn't have capital. So what I did was I let the clients project finance the business or the start of the business and that first project. So I don't know if I can advise everyone on this, but me, I'm a risk taker. So at the point when I took on that client at the very beginning, I did a lot of research, asking Fundies, and then I only knew Fundies. I didn't know contractors and whatnot. So I asked a lot of questions. So and that helped me also just to at least even the 3,000 or something, as opposed to now going on a loss. So, and especially for interior design, by the way, you just need your computer and networks. You don't need to start the business with capital.
Thank you so much for the answer. It's been insightful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you also for the question, Velma. And yeah, networks is very important. Networking is one of the things that a professional has to learn, something that you're not taught in school. So that's a skill that people should take up. I can see there's someone who would like to ask a question. G7 Kanana Kajuju. Please introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and then you can ask your question.
Hi, Clara. Hi, everyone. My name is Kanana Kajojo. I'm an interior designer and also owns or started a small design and construction company. Um, so, Clara, you've been such an inspiration back in school and after. And I have a few questions that I'd like to ask. So first question, I'd want to know, how did you get good fundies and how did you know how to pay them? Also, how do you build, or if your portfolio isn't that huge, how do you convince people that you're able to do the job? And the third question is, how do you say, okay, so there are different approaches to doing the project, and there are people who will say, we just want to do labor only, and the others who will give you the full contract for the project. So how do you turn down labor without you seeming like you know, you don't want the job, but then you want to define your company in a certain way?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So first of all, Kanana, I'd want to challenge you. Whenever you're introducing yourself, don't say small business. This is because whatever you say with your mouth, it starts manifesting in how you carry the business. So we have even us guys, we have a small team, but I've seen that when people see our portfolio, they see us as a big business, which when you come and visit us, you may not feel the same. But again, as you're selling yourself out and a client hears a small business, they'll also shortchange you in terms of they'd want to pay you less. Yeah. So I think just try practicing speaking things that are not there as though they are, and I've found that helping us a lot. That you just work in your future, so it helps you move forward. The question you asked, or now see, I've forgotten the questions. The first one was. If you can just
how you got how you were able to get good fundies and how do you pay them?
Okay, so good fundies. So my first internship, actually when I just finished the second year, went for our internship, and I went to work for a company where I was hands-on. So they were making furniture and doing some fit outs. So I interacted with fundies. And in fact, some of the fundies we have are from the time I was doing my internship. So I'd say maybe also if now for someone who's in school, probably you'd want to strategically choose where you want to go for your internship. I've seen that one fundi would connect us to another fundi, or if I know maybe Robin also does interior and she's open, we are open in sharing fundis, I would ask her and then she'd give me and then I would give her. So I think, again, back to network. Nowadays, I also see so many apps for fundis, like there's one called Fundies app. So you can go and find a fundi through their company. Yeah, but I think networks has stopped it all. In terms of how to pay, I think it was just asking. But then I can't find any other answer other than I've been asking everywhere, anyone, and yeah. So just asking. Oh, then also QSs. Yeah. It's good to have QSs as your friends, because what happens is, and we've had a QS who's really helped me in pricing, because then she would break down that this is the market rate for this, your materials, you should get them at this price. And so together with the research I would do, I would know that this fund is meant to be paid 1,000, or this one is meant to be paid 1,500. Yeah, so also having QSs as friends or consultants. Yeah.
There
The
was the
second
other
question.
yes. The second question was, how were you able to convince people that you're able to deliver a project in as much as your portfolio is in
Okay.
that?
Okay, you remember the 3,000 profit portfolio?
Yeah.
Or rather 3,000 profit project. I sold
Yeah.
that project for a long time. So I took good photos. So I was doing it for a photographer. So I asked him if he could take good photos for me. And to be honest, even before I was able to do bigger projects, I milked those photos. I used them to the fullest. So I'd say maybe if you could just invest in documenting the few projects that you have, it would be good. And then I started off with people who I know. So maybe a friend's friends, a churchmate, as my initial clients before. In fact, I think that last year and this year is when we are having clients who we don't know, they don't know people we know. So, but most of the time, or from the time we started, it started with friends and family. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Also, the third question was, how are you able to define your business in a way that if say you have to convince the client that we only do just labor, we only do full contract projects and not just labor only, because that becomes a bit tricky in a way that it doesn't seem like you're turning down the project.
Okay. Well, I think turning down a client is not bad. It's just the how that would matter. If that has, it was a challenge for many years, by the even for me, to just convince the client that we do not do labor contract. But you remember when I was telling you have a QS as your friend, that also helped me understand the numbers well. So that I see if I do design only, does it make sense for me? And I do know that there are companies that do design only, and by the way, they're flourishing. But for me, it didn't work. It didn't work out. So, and because I enjoy being on site, it made sense when I saw the numbers. A lot of times I would explain what our approach is, and again, backed by the numbers. So maybe first take time to just kind of understand how much you're making before you turn it down, and have a very good reason. The reason for me could be, I wouldn't want to be doing your office, then we run out of screws, and then I have to call you that we've run out of screws, so, and we are taking that headache away from our clients anyway, based on how we have structured our business model. So we personally don't take labor only contracts, and it's based also on the value that we sell to our clients. Yeah.
So those were the only questions, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Kanana, for your questions. And I'm seeing the reigning theme is collaboration and networking and sharing. And don't be afraid to document. Don't be shy to show what you're doing. Like I said, I really like the way Clara documents the work that she's doing. Don't be shy to show what you're doing to the world. I think it's a good way to build a portfolio and also just share, and people can know what you're doing. There are a
Yeah.
few more questions. I can see Gladys Wanjohi. She introduced herself as a student architect. If you're here, can you ask your question, Gladys?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi,
yes,
Gladys.
Hi, Clara. Thank you for your presentation. It's very inspirational. Now, my question was, how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected or influenced your approach to the business as an interior designer, especially in Kenya?
Wow. One, COVID, yes, has affected us, and projects are not flowing as fast as they would have before. However, it has made me think of other spaces where we can also get an income still through interior design. So what we have done is, before or previously, we've been doing furniture. So whenever we do an office fit out, we do the furniture as well. So the furniture, the reception counter, and the furniture, that is the workstations. Yeah. So over and above sourcing other furniture pieces, we do workstations. So imagine I didn't realize that until, and this will sound bad, Yani. Anywho, I'm here to help someone. We got an award of that I did not understand. Like for many months, I asked myself, why did we get this award? So the award was manufacturer under 40, I think, I don't know, manufacturer of the year. So I kept asking myself, how is interior design manufacturing? And how these guys, where did they get this from? So only to look back at our projects, and we realized that 90% of our projects, we actually make the furniture ourselves. So then that's when I realized, we actually have something here that we can sell other than just the service of interior design. So right now, we are also, and I'm still trying to package it to package it well, but we are doing furniture for offices. Yeah, so yes, we'll source whatever needs to be sourced inside or outside the country, we'll source, but for workstations, we will make. And so we'll make them equal quality as what is sold in our furniture companies, but at a lesser cost, because now you wouldn't have, we are not paying for rent, we are custom making based on the, like in 6 pieces and above, we are custom making. So that has helped us. And we've found that we are slowly getting jobs that even from interior designers and architects, or jobs to make workstations. So that has kind of helped us keep afloat. So I guess thinking of other ways you can get money other than your main stream.
Thank you, Clara.
Thank you, Gladys, for that question. Now we know that a whole award is what led to seeing a new business stream, an award that she was not aware of. It's a happy accident.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I am liking the comments. People are, your networks are your network. I think that's the takeaway from most of the people here. Can see also there's a question from Angela Mwangi, a property manager. Angela, if you could just unmute yourself and ask Clara your question. Okay. I could just read out what her question is. What's your take on local material versus imported ones? It's from Angela, property manager.
Okay. Wow, that's It's an ambiguous question because we also have local materials that are very good, like mango wood that comes from coast. So I think not unless there's something specific, it really depends on the material. Let me put it that way. It depends on the material. If I'm to use an example of boards from South Africa, PG Bison, and boards that are made locally by Comply or Team Sales, I'd say variety in colors, but both do the same thing. So one can have more compact particles, the other one less compact, but if the workmanship is good, it still does the same job. So it really depends on the material. Plus, we have a lot of the tiles we buy are imported, but we have also local tiles that are equally good. Yeah, so it depends on the material.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for answering, Clara. I think I'll take one more question. I can see Jerome Kimani. I think this is a comment. If he's able to just unmute himself. It's great to see that there are also male participants here today with us. So Jerome, if you could just unmute and give your comment or question to Clara.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jerome. I'm a Sajikwat. I just had something that was very applicable to my situation right now because I'm a student. And I'm also those kind of people who you get one job here and there, but you really don't think about it as something worth documenting, to be honest. So when you talked about that 3,000 shilling profit project and how you got very good photos taken and how it led to other success in the future, it's really hit me and made me rethink, every small thing that I do, whether or not it gets built, and I document it properly, and setting up a good portfolio is actually very important. So thank you for that.
Okay. In fact, what you do, Jerome, you sell it as though that project costed 1.6 million. Like, sell it with so much pride. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good takeaway from the conversation. I think let me take two more questions. Isabel Mudoni, our mentorship coordinator and board member, if you could unmute yourself and just share. I like your comment. Share your comment with Clara.
Hey, Clara.
Hi, Isabel. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just saying thank you so much for sharing your journey and how you started and where you're going. So behind the scenes, you also follow your videos on your cooking tips
and dancing.
So we're waiting for you to launch your cooking show. Just a comment.
Amen.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank
If
you.
I can just jump in, I think that's actually a great point, is like having joy, right? Having joy in your work, allow yourself to be diversified. Diana, I know you do other things other than, your architectural work, so I think there's something. What would you say about that, Clara? The diversification and joy.
Well, I would say that I feel like contrary to many people's belief, the industry can be very competitive. And also when you get a job, and especially when we say we carry the headache of the client, we end up having headaches ourselves. So we need to find a place where you can just release and be easy and rejuvenate. So that's why you'd find me dancing, cooking, or doing other outdoor things just to, get my energy back. Yeah, it's very important to do something other than what you do every day to just, get your strength back.
revitalize and
Yeah.
And refresh your mind. That's a good takeaway as well. There are a few more comments. I think I can ask. Sharon had a couple of questions. Sharon Yobera, if you would just unmute and tell us and ask your questions, it would be great. Especially this.
So what are the top 5 must-haves in your handbag or in your tool bag? That's if your tool bag is your handbag.
And Sharon, can you introduce yourself while you have the mic? 1 second. Sharon, go ahead and introduce yourself also.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Sharon Yobera. I'm an architectural designer and an event planner, among other things. Yes, and I'm a huge fan of Clara's work.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a tomboy at heart, so handbag. I think I'd have my phone, lip balm, and my toolbox. Drill. I have a cordless drill. What else? Oh my God. And maybe my tab because of notes and tape measure. Yeah.
Okay. And then, and then the other question was, have you been in a situation where you're handling a project that has a difficult client, and how do you go about conflict resolution or crisis management on site?
Wow.
Yeah, all the tough questions.
Yeah, I know. And one of the people here is actually our lawyer. So, wow. I think when it's extreme, we involve an arbitrator, and it's happened in the past where we have minutes, we have emails, we have agreed on something, but something hasn't been done. That has happened where we've had to involve an arbitrator. In my first 2 years of business, unfortunately, I let go of some money because some clients were just difficult to pay. And especially now in residential, when you've already done and you're leaving, you can't ambush them, come for my money, knocking the gate. But right now, we've tightened up our agreements. So I think that was the first thing, tightened up our agreements, and we are very clear from the onset. Initially, I used to, we used to use, or I would even chip in with my money to finish a project, and then, get disappointed with late payments and stuff like that. Right now, we are very clear, like this percentage has been paid, this is the amount of work, and just constant communication with the client, yeah? Constant. There are those who, in Kiswahili wanasema wanajisaulisha. They forget, how do you even say that in English? Like, they make themselves forget, but there are those who honestly just can't remember what you've discussed. So if you can document your meetings and constantly communicate with your clients so that they can also know when you're about to ask for the next payment, etc. They feel like you've involved them and it's a transparent process. That's how we've been able to handle difficult clients. In terms of selection, when we can see that this is a difficult client, sign off on everything. If it's a tile, sign off on it, even if it means signing behind that tile or in front of that tile. If you know that it's something that will, and you can tell when you're having a wishy-washy client, so just sign off on and document stuff. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Over to you, Diana.
Thank you, Sharon, for your questions. Hope you've I think we're just learning from everyone's questions. And you have very many fans here, Clara, myself included. And since everyone here is a big fan of Clara's work,
Thank you.
I just want people to just say quick. I want people to actually say their comments just quickly. So Nabzi, if you're here, please introduce yourself and just tell Clara how much of a big fan you are. Clara Fan Club.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I don't know if you forgot, but you were to give me a summary of the rebars.
Oh,
Okay,
this
sorry.
is
Sorry. Let me just
okay.
Allah.
Let me just mute her. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Nabzi, introduce yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just happy to see two of my favorite people in the world talking at the same time. I'm just happy to be here. Also, I'm a very big fan of the work that Clara is doing out there in the world.
Thank you.
Everybody
This is my niece talking.
Yeah, introduce yourself, Nabzi.
Oh, my name is Sharon. I'm a graduate architect who has diversified her career paths to other things. Yeah, so I'm just happy to see that Clara has been given an opportunity to share her work with old and new buyers, and I look for an invitation to see her soon. Dayo, hi, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. The other another member of the fan club, Waringa Maura. Quick, hello.
Hi, I'll do a quick one because I'm on the road.
Okay.
Hi,
just a big fan
Waringa.
of Clara. Hi, Clara. And
Hi.
I just came in to show my support. I have nothing to do with the interior design industry, but I'm a big fan of, good design and all that. So I'm here just to cheer her on, support her work, and also just to hear, it's every day you learn something. So well done, keep up the good work, and all the best to everyone else who's also picking up the gems to do their best in this sector.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Diana,
much,
can I pick up on
Waringa.
that? Because that's another gem right there. Clara, friends. Friends, having a support group like that, how important is that?
It is very important. It is very important, especially as a lady. And I thank God for Foya because that whole thing of when in an industry that is very male dominated is true, even in interior design, such that you'd find that most of the people who would be doing the design would be female, but then those who are doing the fit out are actually male. Because up until, recently when we've gotten a female staff member, all our site meetings has been all men, sorry, such that from the engineers to the QSs to the client. So I'd say having that support system is very important because out there you have to show that you're strong, you have to show that you're confident, and then probably you have your own insecurities, and it's good to have a few people who are just pushing you on, because sometimes they see things in you that you don't see in yourself. Yeah.
Thank you for your questions. And I can see the Clara Fan Club is growing. I'm sure people who have attended today and did not know about Clara, I'm sure we are all members of the Clara Fan Club. So I know everyone has so many questions, but you can always find her on different platforms and ask further questions. So I just like to go to the next segment, which is a bit more interactive. I just like people to just introduce yourself and say what you do so that we can get to know each other. And like the theme today, I think, has been collaboration, networking, and sharing. So you can find someone who does something that you're looking for, or someone that can inspire you or be your mentor or mentee, because the whole point of Wire at Work is a form of mentorship. So I'll just go alphabetically or by my screen. You already know what Clara Sayo does. So we'll go to Angela Mwanje. I think she spoke. No, she did not speak. But if you're here, Angela, if you could just unmute yourself and tell us what you do. I don't know if she's in a position to speak, but she had said she's a property manager. But we can go to the next person, Awinja. If you could just unmute yourself, tell us what you do. If you're a Wire member also, tell us you're a proud Wire member.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Awinja.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you, Awinja.
Okay, sorry, I'm in bed. I'm not feeling well, but I had to attend this one. It's my first Wire at Work. I'm a proud new Wire member. I've had their new and old members. I just joined. I'm a professional member. I'm a registered valuer and a registered estate agent, currently based in Eldoret town. And I'm happy. I've really learned a lot from Clara. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Awinja, and I hope you feel better soon. But I'm glad that our Wire at Work is spreading to Eldoret. That's one of the good things of being virtual. Everyone can be here with us. So I can move to Becky. Please tell us what you do.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Becky.
My name is Becky, just as you said. I'm an interior designer by profession as well. And I also am a member of Fundies App Limited, which is a tech or gig application that links qualified technicians to homes, businesses, and different institutions. I'm not a Wire member yet, but I will definitely join. Thank you. I'm a huge fan of Clara's work, and definitely this has been a very insightful meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, new member of the Clara Fan Club, and we hope to see you as a new Wire member soon. So thank you for joining us today. Next, Beth Mima. Beth, if you're here with us. Mitamu. Beth.
All right. Move on. Yeah.
Brenda Gitonga, we've heard from you. Would you like to introduce yourself formally? Do a 30-second elevator pitch like Robin says. Brenda Gitonga. All right. Charity Mwende.
Yes, I can hear you. I hope you can hear me. My name is Charity Mwende, a graduate quantity surveyor from JQuat. Currently, I'm taking my master's in development finance. I'm looking to steer my career towards project financing. I'm not a Wire member yet, but I'm looking forward to join. Thank you.
Right, thank you. We're looking forward to having you as a Wire member. And anyone here who's a student, graduate, I hope you guys are taking notes about who to approach as mentors in case you don't have a mentor already. Can go to Chelsea Wanjiru. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm Chelsea Wanjiru, and I'm a student interior designer. I just came back. I went to do the degree. I did my diploma at the Technical University, and I'm a very big fan of Clara's work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chelsea. Welcome to the Clara Fan Club. Are you a Wire member?
Yeah, I'm a Wire member.
Okay. Yes. Happy to have you here, and thank you for joining us. Claire Gidiri, if you can tell us about yourself. Claire, and go to the other Claire Odongo.
Hello.
Hi, Claire.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're great. I'm great. Hope you are.
My name is Claire Odongo. I'm an interior designer. Interiors by Claire. I'm a silent Foya member. I was introduced by Clara, and Clara is a great colleague in the industry. Asante.
Asante sana, Claire. For those who are not able to speak, we'd appreciate if you leave. I can see people are leaving that. You can just introduce yourself in the chat if you're not able to speak right now, and leave your contact if you want to be reached also. G7 Kanana. Hi. Kanana Kajuju.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Just introduce yourself again.
Okay, so my name is Kanana Kajuju. I'm an interior designer and also director at Diva Limited, design and construction company. And we mainly focus on residential spaces. We feel that that's an area that we would like to specialize and help people in that particular space. So we do from architectural drawings, the interior design and the construction bit. And we try in as much as we can to be able to provide all the services that the client would need in that scope so that they don't have to look for subcontractors. You know, the main problem that we have in Kenya is that when people start building, they don't have the end vision of the house. So they subcontract different people to do the ceilings, the flooring. So we're trying to, and at the end of the day, the house doesn't end up, having an harmonious look and everything fitting in together because everyone has a different idea. So we're trying to work with people like that so that we're able to achieve their idea from architectural drawings to the landscaping and furnishing.
Thank you for, that's a great elevator pitch that you've explained to us what you do, and yeah, thank you very much for that. And move to Gladys Wanjohi. Hi, Gladys.
Hello.
Hello.
Gladys Wanjohi, a final year student at the Technical University. I'm currently awaiting graduation.
Okay, welcome. Thank you for contributing and asking questions. Happy to have you here. Next, Isabel Udoni.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabel Mutoni. I'm a YA member. I'm also part of the board, and I help out at the YA mentorship program. It was good hanging out. Oh yeah, and I'm also a graduate architect practicing with a firm called Design Attitude. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Isabel, and thank you for being so instrumental in this mentorship program. Jepkoech Kiplagat, introduce. Hi. Hi, Jepkoech.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My name is Sharon Kiplagat. A quantity surveyor, a graduate quantity surveyor. I work at Amazon Consultants. Yes, I've learned a lot. So I joined late, but yeah, it was a pleasure. I'm a YA member. Proud one.
Yes, proud YA member. Thank you for joining us, Jepkoech. Jerome, one of our few Mayas today. Introduce yourself.
Yes, hi everyone. Start my video. Hi everyone, my name is Jerome Kimani. I am a student architect in 4th year at JQuat. I am also the president of ASA JKUAT. I am not a WIRE member, but I'm representing quite a few WIRE members who are in our council, and I really love to be here, and especially to continue this very lovely relationship between WIRE and ASA. And yeah, I guess I'm a Maya. I didn't know that's a term. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and great job with the ASA JKUAT. We see the good work that you guys are doing, so keep it up. Next, Jessica Gichuki. Please introduce yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Jessica Gishuki, a student in JKUAT, studying architecture. Also a member of ASA JKUAT. Yeah, and also trying to start up a fashion brand, an eco fashion brand also. Yeah.
Nice, multi-talented, and yeah, good work again with ASA JKUAT. Happy to have you here. So Joanfina Nyarigoti, this is I'm a proud mentor to this young girl. So please introduce yourself.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Joanfina Nyarigoti, mentee to Diana. I'm a fifth-year student in architecture, University of Nairobi. I do events, so setups for birthdays, baby showers, bridal showers. So that's what I do. I'm very passionate about interior design and interior decoration and interior architecture. So I was very excited to hear Clara and all that she is doing. And I've recently joined WIRE, and I'm so excited and so energized, and I love what everyone is doing. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, my dear mentee. Happy to have you here. Lillian Kithinji. Hi.
Hi. How is everyone? Good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Yes, my name is Lillian Kithinji. I'm an old WIRE member, so I'm one of the mentors here. I can confess I'm not very active. I think it always catches me in either a busy situation or something like that. I'm a quantity surveyor, first and foremost, having worked for many years in a construction company. And when I was working there, I found myself becoming a project manager. So I'm a project manager as well. And in the course of work, I got into issues that required legal advice, and I thought I could be the best lawyer in town. So I went back to school. And I'm now an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Give me a minute, please. Give me a minute.
Right.
Sorry about that. So I'm here because Clara is my client. I'm so excited to have interacted with Clara. She said sometimes she gets into issues with payment. And in my capacity as an advocate who understands technical issues in the construction industry, I have been assisting her to get money out. It's not easy also, because if somebody is refusing to pay, it doesn't mean that when an advocate shows up, they'll pay immediately. But at least we apply our skills and persuasive, first we use the persuasive skills before we go to court. And that's what we're doing in the Clara. We're making some headways, and so far so good. And I'd encourage all those who want to start businesses not to fear to ask for their money. And when they are not paid, they can come to us and try it out through many various ways. I'm very keen on ADR, alternative dispute resolution methods and processes, and that is what we use as much as possible before we go to even that arbitration has become very, very difficult and expensive and time consuming. So before you go there, we try other avenues, amicable settlement, mediation, wherever we can. And in fact, persuasion, try to persuade the client, because in the first place, if the client wanted an office, it's his office. It's really not Clara's office or whoever's office, it's for that developer. And you try to bring them on board. It's not easy. I think Clara can say that has experience, but you're making headways. So for the rest of you girls, I'm really excited to see the kind of questions you're asking. I'm also a startup, so I'm also gaining because I left my job where I used to work in the construction company last year. So I'm also starting up my own firm, but that doesn't mean that I don't know much. I'm trying we are growing together. So karibuni sana nyinyi wote are not the best.
Thank you so much, Lilian, and such an inspiration. Like everyone here is saying how we're inspired, and this is like another segment of where at work where like a career in the built environment could stretch to so many other things. So thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for being here and making time. Yeah. So I can go to Lydia Wanja Marai.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Lydia. I'm a real estate student at the University of Nairobi and a student member of Foya. I'm glad to have attended this session. It has been interactive, informative. Thank you, Clara and Lilian.
Thank you, Lydia, for joining us, and thank you for those remarks. Marianne Mudoni.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm Marianne Mudoni. I'm a sixth-year architecture student at GQuat. Oh, and I'm also in the Foya mentorship program.
Thank you, Marianne, for joining us. Nabzi, would you like to introduce yourself again?
Oh, okay. Again, my name is Sharon, and I'm a
You can
graduate.
inspire us like the way Lilian has inspired us also.
I don't know, but yes, I'm a graduate architect, but I'm currently in the financial audit industry. It's just nice to be part of this community. This keeps my creative design side alive and active, and I'm just happy to be here. That's all I have to say today.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Sharon. The other Sharon Yobera.
I thought you were on N. Where did we reach S? Okay, anyway. Hi, everyone, again. My name is Sharon Yobera, now that I've been called again.
There's no one next. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Yes, my name is Sharon. I'm an architectural designer. I'm an event planner, or I would say event architect. I'm also a member of the Research and Advocacy Committee at Foya, and as well as a member at Foya. Among other things, I'm very, very happy to be here. Very motivated and inspired by these interactive conversations, and I hope everyone has learned something, has taken home something, and yes, looking forward also to interact with you guys out of the session as well. Thank you, and good job, Diana, on moderating.
Thank you. I think I've learned from some of the best MCs like you. So thank you for your contribution and attending today and the questions you had. I'd like to ask Rachel Mulondo to introduce herself. Rachel?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Rachel Patience Mulondo. I'm a quantity surveyor with Amazon Consultants, and it's been a very informative session. I'm a Foya member as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sana, for joining us. Sheila Ojwang.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sheila Ojong. I'm a sixth-year architecture student at University of Nairobi. Also a council member of the outgoing ASA Council at UN. I've been a student member, a WIRE student member since last year, and it's been a great journey. So personally, I'm currently getting ready to submit my thesis, and I'm looking forward to joining the work environment. So the insights from Clara are much appreciated. And just 2 inquiries, I guess. Clara, I joined a bit late and I'm hearing about this great video presentation. So is there a way we can have access to the presentation that you made? And to WIRE for these online forums? For example, I'm seeing this session is being recorded. Will it be shared, and is there a way we can have access to it? And yeah, finally, yeah, thank you for WIRE at Work. It's great insight because there's no need for everyone to start from scratch. I mean, and suffer and repeat the same mistakes. So it's a great learning forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. I think we'll share resources. We'll liaise with WIRE Secretariat to share the resources that were shared, and all the best in your presentation of your thesis and coming out here to the real world. Thank you for attending. I'd like Sheila Ongan to say something. Sheila.
Hi, Diana. Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Clara, for the very lovely, great presentation. I'm a fan of your work. It's really so different from what we are used to. And I appreciate you sharing your journey. My name is Sheila Obidiongan. I serve in the WIRE board and I'm also a WIRE member. I did love the video that Clara shared. It was very nice. So thank you very much. I'm happy to be here, and let's continue doing WIRE at Work.
Thank you, Sheila, for that. Clara says the videos are available on her YouTube channel, Interior Perspective Limited. You can search and find all of the videos that were shared here and just learn more about what Interior Perspective does, in case you missed that. Oh, she says, oh, Interior Perspective Studio. That's the YouTube channel. So thank you, Clara. Susan Semenye, are you here? Can you introduce yourself? Susan? Right, we can go to our last, I don't know if she'll be able to speak, Waringa Mora. She had spoken before and she said she was on the road.
Hi, I've stopped somewhere. I'm just almost home. My name is Waringa. I am a hotelier by profession, and I'm connecting in from across the sea. Let me just quickly show you guys something. Yeah. So saying hi from very far. And yes, I'm interested in design mostly because of my hospitality background and all about hotels, which has become a very big thing now with, especially with COVID, where people are looking to spend more time within their destinations and the facilities they use. And so this was a very insightful video session, and I'm just happy to hear about all the work that everybody's doing. And Clara, remember, yes, I'm a big fan, so keep up the good work, and thank you to WIRE. I'm not a member, but I think it's worth looking into because it sounds like you're doing great things. So all the best to everybody, and thank you once more.
Thank you so much, Waringa. It's great to see that WIRE at Work going virtual can reach so many people in so many different areas, so many different professions here. You don't have to be an interior designer to get the insights, because you can learn about business and mentorship and everything we've learned so far. So I just like to close the session by asking our membership and programs coordinator, Doreen Ogutu, to just give us a vote of thanks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this first Wire at Work for 2021. It has been such an amazing event, and thank you so much to each and every one of you for participating, for asking questions, for being very interactive during the whole event. It has been such a delight to see and watch. I'd like to give a lot of thanks to Clara for agreeing to be our first Wire at Work in 2021. Thank you so much. She knows how impromptu this invite was, and I am so grateful that she just came through for us, and she set aside time, regardless if it was short notice or not, and her very insightful video that gave inspiration and just birth to how we can be able to do this virtually. Thank you so much, and may God bless you as you continue growing. So many things we have learned from her, and I think we've all recorded one or two things. Even myself being a graduate, it's really good to see that you can finish your 6 years in architecture or whichever and still diversify to do so many other things and find so much fulfillment in all the things that you will do. Thank you, Diana, for being such a great MC. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed the time we've had with you, and thank you for leading us through everything. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Doreen. And you did not introduce yourself. Just tell us who you are, what you do, how you serve Wire, a little bit about yourself. Yeah.
So my name is Doreen Ogutu. I'm part of the Wire Secretariat. I am in the membership programs, in the membership and programs committees. And yeah, it's really exciting to work with all the ladies who are within the Wire board, and also to just interact individually with each and every member. So I'm a graduate architect. I graduated last year, and I feel like 2021 is just the year for me to kind of just go seeing everything that I feel like doing, and then finally kind of know where are we, like just lay the nest and find my footing there. So it's an exciting and very learning year for me. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Doreen. Thank you for all the good work that you do, Secretariat, and with the MPC committee. Thank you so much. So yeah, we've come to the end of our program. I think we've all gotten to know each other. We've gotten to know about Clara. It's been a great session. Hope everyone has taken away something from today's session. If you're not a Wire member, please join. You've seen all of the sharings that we do. We share them in the group, and you can keep on learning more amongst your fellow Wire members, Yeah, and keep on attending all of our events that are coming up. This is one of the programs of the Wire mentorship program. Have the mentee program. We have the Walk with Wire coming up later in the year. So just keep up with us on our social media accounts, and you can keep up the conversation from what Clara has been sharing. You can retweet what Wire has shared. You can tweet your own and hashtag Wire at Work and Wire mentorship. So let's just keep the conversation going. Even though the meeting is over, the conversation will keep going. So just to finish, I'd like if you're in a position to show your video and just like wave bye or unmute and wave bye so that all of us can see each other and just say goodbye to everyone. We are meeting again 7th July for the next, this is a monthly thing. So stay tuned to see who will be our next Wire at Work. So yeah, just unmute, wave bye. Thank you for participating. Thank you for attending. If you can unmute also and just say bye.
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 Good evening.
Okay, have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you can see like that.
Yeah.
Like that, you need to